the young and the restless spoilers. A dangerous proposition. Elena Dawson, a skilled and compassionate doctor, found herself at a crossroads she never thought she'd encounter. As Phyllis Summers' primary physician, Elena held the key to her survival. Phyllis lay in a hospital bed, unconscious and vulnerable, her fate uncertain. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman, Elena's closest friend, approached her with a proposal that sent shivers down her spine. Sharon's voice was calm but carried an edge of desperation as they met in the dimly lit hospital corridor. "Elena," she began, her tone pleading yet firm, "if Phyllis wakes up, everything I've worked to protect will be destroyed. She'll accuse me of things I didn't do, and I'll end up in prison. I can't let that happen." Elena stared at her friend, stunned. "What are you saying, Sharon? You want me to, what? Make sure she doesn't wake up?" Sharon's eyes darted nervously around, ensuring they were alone. "I'm not asking you to kill her," she whispered. "Just, ensure that she stays in her current state. Maybe a vegetative state. It's not the same as ending her life. It's protecting mine." Elena's stomach churned. The Hippocratic oath she had taken as a doctor echoed in her mind: first, do no harm. And yet, here was her best friend, asking her to cross a line she had sworn never to approach. The weight of friendship. Elena tried to reason with Sharon. "This isn't you, Sharon. I know you're scared, but there has to be another way." "There isn't." Sharon snapped, her voice rising before she caught herself. She lowered her tone, gripping Elena's arm. "Phyllis has always had it out for me. If she wakes up, she'll ruin everything. Please, Elena. You're the only one who can help me." Elena felt torn. She had always admired Sharon for her resilience and kindness, but this request was something else entirely. It wasn't just morally wrong, it was criminal. And yet, Sharon sweetened the deal. "If you help me," Sharon continued, her voice softening, "I'll make sure you get what you've always wanted. That funding for your clinic in underprivileged neighborhoods? I'll arrange it. I have the resources, the connections. I can make it happen, Elena." Elena's heart skipped a beat. The clinic had been her dream for years, a way to give back and make a real difference. But at what cost? Could she sacrifice her integrity, her career, her freedom for it? Phyllis's plight. Phyllis Summers lay in her hospital bed, unaware of the storm brewing around her. She had been through so much already. Her only goal had been to seek justice for her daughter-in-law, Summer, who had been wronged in so many ways. But in her pursuit of fairness, Phyllis had become a target herself, caught in a web of schemes and grudges. Now, she was defenseless, her life hanging by a thread. If only she could wake up, Phyllis thought, if only she could speak her truth. But her body refused to cooperate, leaving her at the mercy of others. Elena's dilemma. Elena couldn't sleep that night. The image of Phyllis, helpless and vulnerable, haunted her. She thought about Sharon's request, the pressure of their friendship, and the allure of finally achieving her dreams. But every time she leaned toward the idea of helping Sharon, a voice inside her screamed, "This isn't who you are." At the same time, Elena knew the risks of saying no. Sharon wasn't vindictive, but she was desperate. And desperation could turn even the best people into something unrecognizable. Elena feared what Sharon might do if she refused. But then there was another fear, one she couldn't ignore. If she tampered with Phyllis's care and the truth came out, Elena's life would be over. She would lose her medical license, her freedom, and everything she had worked for. And worse, she would carry the guilt of taking another person's life in her hands. A test of character. The next day, Elena went to the hospital and stood by Phyllis's bedside. The machines beeped steadily, a reminder of the fragile line between life and death. Phyllis's pale face seemed peaceful, but Elena knew the war raging beneath the surface. This woman didn't deserve this. She had fought hard for her family, for what she believed in. And now, she was a pawn in someone else's game. Elena closed her eyes and took a deep breath. She couldn't do it. No amount of money or promises could justify betraying her principles. But she also couldn't let Sharon spiral further into darkness. She decided to confront Sharon. The confrontation. Sharon, Elena said firmly, finding her friend at Crimson Lights. We need to talk. Sharon looked up, hope flickering in her eyes. Did you do it? No, Elena replied, her voice steady. And I won't. I'm your friend, Sharon, but what you're asking is wrong. Phyllis is a mother, just like you. She doesn't deserve this. Sharon's face fell. Elena, if she wakes up, I'll go to prison. Then we'll fight it, Elena said, placing a hand on Sharon's shoulder.